Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about Deliveroo in talks to be acquired by Doordash. So recently I got an email from one of my subscribers, BC. Thank you so much for emailing me about this and making this video possible. It turns out Doordash is looking to expand their business model even further through acquisition. And this time they're going across the pond to good old ye England to take over Deliveroo. Whether it's a takeover or whether it's just, hey, they're done, they're ready to sell out, is a different conversation, but nevertheless. So with that said, we are talking about everything that's being said in this article, how it actually is for Doordash, UberEats, and Grubhub drivers and customers, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. British food ordering platform Deliveroo said Friday, April 25th, that it received a possible cash offer to be acquired by DoorDash. Why do you make it sound like that?
Hey, so DoorDash actually reached out to us and they said they may be able to buy us out for a certain amount of money. We're not talking about how much money, just the idea that they may be able to buy us for some kind of money.
Obviously, this is a negotiation tactic, so that way there's like bringing investor confidence or something to that effect, but still. The company said it made this announcement in response to press speculation and that it did so with the consent of DoorDash. The announcement was posted on Deliveroo's website and DoorDash's website. You know, usually when I hear stuff like this is a conversation that happens either before any offers are made, like, hey, we're putting this out for sale. That's how Grubhub turned out. Or this is, hey, we're getting rid of this thing, we're done, and the deal's already been made. Not, hey, we're potentially thinking maybe about this thing. Like, that doesn't happen. So it's an interesting move, to say the least. The possible cash offer is priced at 180 pence per Deliveroo share, the announcement said. Bloomberg reported Friday that the offer may amount to 3.6 billion. How many shares are out there? First off, it's interesting how people are not bringing this up in terms of US currency. Like, if you hear a lot of these deals, you'll notice that they are marked as like settling out in US dollars. But in this case, they're settling out in pence, which is an interesting move, to say the least, because it kind of displays the failing of the US dollar a little bit more, which is a little concerning to me, but that's a different conversation. A pence is the equivalent to a penny in British currency, and a penny of British currency is a little bit more than a penny in US currency, 1.3 cents. So it's like $2.34 a share. Having considered the possible offer with advertisers, the board of Deliveroo has indicated to DoorDash that should a firm offer be made on the financial terms set out above, it would be minded to such an offer to Deliveroo shareholders, subject to the agreement of the other terms of the offer. Which isn't surprising. It's a publicly owned company as opposed to privately owned, so it is what it is. The board has decided to engage in discussions with DoorDash and has provided DoorDash with access to due diligence according to the announcement. There can be no certainty that any firm offer for Deliveroo will be made, the announcement said. At this time, shareholders are advised to take no action in respect to the possible offer. Deliveroo is basically telling their shareholders to hold fast and don't make any moves in response to this, but they're giving them a heads up that this discussion is being made. That also said, why give them that kind of heads up on such a public level if you're not genuinely considering it? It was reported in June that DoorDash approached Deliveroo about acquiring the company in May, but that talks between the two firms ended when they couldn't agree on a valuation. DoorDash has been trying to take over as many companies as possible through acquisition. This is why there's so many antitrust laws that they're violating. And instead instead of them like continuing to do that in the States, they're taking it overseas, which is hilarious to me. In 2021, DoorDash acquired Deliveroo's Finnish rival Wolt. DoorDash said in February that it is seeing a growing share of consumers order from not only its initial offering, restaurants, but also its new verticals that include a variety of retailers. So what, you just want to have your hands on multiple different delivery partners in every country ever? Because I'll be honest, it's not a bad move. It's just a weird one. I guess it's not that weird. You have a specialized team in every country knowing exactly how their own markets operate. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Since launching its new verticals offering in the US in mid-2020 by adding groceries and convenience, the aggregator has expanded to include alcohol, pets, flowers, health and beauty, sporting goods, and home improvement. The selection of products the DoorDash marketplace now offers includes those from 94 of the top 100 restaurants and 44 of the top 100 retailers in the US. I wonder who the remaining 6 are that would not work with DoorDash. Like, I feel like that's the one where I'm like, what's that? What are the last 6? Is that not a thought to anybody? Like, that's impressive for DoorDash, but I'm more interested to hear what those remaining 6 are and why they wouldn't work with them. DoorDash has completed its acquisition of Wolt in June 2022, saying the deal gave DoorDash the opportunity to increase the scale of its international business multiple times over in a more efficient manner than if it only expanded to new markets on its own. That checks out. That explains why they're just buying from other countries as opposed to staying here. DoorDash kind of has like the overall grip of the US right now, like with a 60 to like 65% market share or something like that. Like, I'm sure they're getting funny with the numbers somehow, but it's reality. But nevertheless, DoorDash having the opportunity to increase its scale so high is impressive. Now they're just trying to make their way around the world, starting from Silicon Valley, is wild to me. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. It's not surprising to see DoorDash try to take over more and more companies. This is a smart move for DoorDash. We got to give credit where credit is due. But it's never a good thing for gig workers, specifically because the way gig workers make more money is having a very well-diversified gig portfolio and having multiple avenues of income, not just one really big avenue. Because what's going to happen when one day DoorDash decides to deactivate you for no reason, or for a semi-valid reason, or a customer mouthed off and then they took it out on you? Who's the one that's going to get the blame? You are. And if you only have one source of income, you lost your only source of income. That's why I laugh whenever people are like, oh my God, there's no job security in DoorDash or anything like that. If you have a W-2 job and you get fired from said W-2 job, you are scrambling to get the next W-2 job, as opposed to a gig worker who should have at least a handful of companies, at least, to where they can tap into and earn income from there. They should also have an exit strategy, because the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not the goal. And investing into some kind of business or into some kind of long-term plan is going to be a lot better for you in order to reach the financial goals you want to hit. And so that way, in the event that you can't physically do deliveries or can't physically drive your car for whatever reason, there are other ways for you to make money, which is exactly what I teach in the Driven Wyld Discord server. The Driven Wyld Discord community is exclusive for gig workers looking to expand their knowledge and expertise in their self-employment and entrepreneurial journeys. I've partnered with high-level professionals to bring you some of the most exclusive benefits based on your personal needs as a gig worker. Exclusive professional opportunities and gig postings. More live streams with high-level professionals in our industry. Educational systems designed to help you build your own dispatch companies and delivery service providers, as well as other scalable opportunities for you. By the way, we have already kicked off our Build Your Own Delivery Service Provider course, and we are changing the game and transforming how businesses serve customers and how gig workers get greater opportunities with you. So whether you're a gig worker looking for a new opportunity to earn or an exit strategy because the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not simply the goal, and we like to see something with growth potential and scalability, there is something here for you. Check the link in the description and get started with making the most amount of money in the least amount of time in the safest possible way. We are excited and looking forward to helping you secure your financial future. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.